Last week, George Floyd, a black person of color, was killed in the US through violence of a white police officer. This is something that keeps happening in the US, and it is absolutely devastating. And I cannot even begin to understand the pain that the black community must be going through every single time this happens, and how exhausting it must feel to watch your people being killed over and over again. I find the reactions in Europe very interesting. Every time someone is killed in the US, Europeans start talking about how the US doesn't have their act together, how racist the system is, and there's just this sort of deflection onto how screwed up the US is and how terrible what has happened is. And it is terrible. However, I am really tired of people in Europe pretending like there's no such thing as racism in Europe, pretending like we don't have an issue. People are not murdered here for racist reasons. Yes, they are. And people are discriminated against, and people are threatened because they look differently, because they believe in different things, because they have a different ethnicity than the majority of the country or the majority of the region. And it is absolutely, disgusting that this is still happening. However, how is it that every time something happens in the US, Europeans hop onto that train, but don't even mind looking just outside the door where there is racism, blatant racism happening in your country, in your town, how people that are also human beings are being left in camps by themselves to fend themselves in a pandemic. There's so much that we need to work on in Europe. We don't have to look to the US and say, oh wow, look at them, Trump. Every single day that you wake up and that you talk to a person and that they say something subtly racist and you do not say anything against that, you are contributing to this system. And you are dishonoring the words that you said when you send your condolences to the black community in the US. And so, please guys, let's continue fighting this fight and being vocal and being aware and being sensitive to what is being said by whom, how, because that is the only way that we can actually change a system. It's the small things that change the big picture.